Hi everybody, my name is Tam and I am the worker organizer here at Asian Communities for Reproductive Justice. And we are a organization in Oakland, and part of the work that we do is in organizing locally with women and with young women and women workers. And so I work on organizing nail salon workers. And I'm actually relatively new to the work, but I come out of labor organizing and community organizing, and the reason why I came to ACRJ was because I felt like this was such a unique opportunity for us to organize workers around this issue of reproductive justice and climate justice. I mean, everybody is going green, right? And it's ridiculous, right? Whether or not there are standards to the greening, we don't know, but everybody is going green. And I think kind of what I've noticed and what folks here at ACRJ have noticed is that there is a particular sector of folks that have been left out of that conversation. And so the work that we're doing with predominantly Vietnamese nail salon workers and owners is to kind of engage folks in this unique intersection of climate justice and reproductive justice. Many people that I talk to kind of about the work that we're doing here are surprised when they hear that, you know, what's the that it's a reproductive rights issue with women that are working in the nail salons, or that it's a climate justice issue for folks within that industry. And what a lot of people don't know is that the chemicals that women use on a day-to-day basis and that they breathe in heavily impact their reproductive systems and their bodies, but also that those chemicals and products that they use heavily impact our environment and play a role in that. And so kind of the work that we're looking forward to is how do we organize women to kind of lift up their voices and have them make a real impact on changing the way that they do their work, so that women then can be involved in this whole greening phenomenon. So that's kind of a little bit about the work that we've done and the work that we're looking forward to doing. In terms of the disparate impact of women, I mean, I guess when you ask that question, I think about the voice and the position that this sector of nail salon workers has to play a part in this whole shifting, this movement of the green economy and the shift that we're making towards a green economy and all of this greening that's happening. And in fact, even in the Bay Area, the spaces for women of color are very few and very minimal. Even spaces that speak that they're, about communities and about grassroots communities don't really reflect the type of experiences and lifestyles that the women that we work with really face. And so that's a real challenge. And so we're trying to define and really involve and lift up the experiences of women. And, I hear on a daily basis how folks are violated by the state in their workplaces and how they experience experience through their bodies the chemicals that they breathe in. And, folks I hear often, this is just the way that we have to live. Like, we knew when we came into the nail salon industry that the chemicals were bad, but there's nothing more that I can do. This is the only way that I know how to make a living for my family. And so, they just kind of have to deal with it, and they have to deal with all of the the things that come down from the state, right? The government agencies that are really regulating in a very violent way on these women, but also from the other angle of chemistry or chemicals and products that they use, and kind of just gritting their teeth and having to bear it. And and as somebody organizing folks in the community, knowing that the chemicals that they ingest into their bodies cycle through, right? They don't just enter in and like leave, right, in some fashion, but they are carried in fetuses, in children. They impact people's health dramatically. Like folks constantly have like red eyes, skin cirrhosis, asthma-like problems that are induced by the products. And so I just kind of, as an organizer, think about the amazing opportunity that we have in this very particular moment to really organize women around the issue of climate justice and reproductive justice. And folks, the Vietnamese nail salon workers come from refugee backgrounds, right? And they actually like have been green for forever, right? The standards that we have now for being green, like reusing things, they've been doing that forever. And so really thinking of new and innovative ways to really help folks to really identify what their role is, and really like taking that and being at the forefront of local policy change that's happening here in Oakland. And so I think it's a really amazing opportunity for us to organize women of color in low-wage toxic industries around this issue. And I think I recognize that nail salon workers are not the only ones that work in low-wage toxic industries, that other communities of color are also impacted, like as our communities are, but there's like this invisibility of the issue. Janitors, right? You think of it normally as like a labor issue, but never as like a chemical, climate justice, health issue. Folks that work in other salon industries that use a lot of product, that breathe in a lot of product. People who work in home care, who take care of folks in the home that come across a lot of different chemicals in the home. And so I think it's a really amazing opportunity for us to kind of look forward, to think big and to think strategically about how to work together across low-wage toxic industries to really make an impact, because climate change is not only for affluent people. It is not only for white people who can afford it, right? It's really for everybody, and like this or our kind of work around organizing nail salon workers is, I think, a really, really great example of that.